Honestly, guys, I don't know where to start with this one, but I entitled this video Rules Are for Fools. And that doesn't mean that I disagree with rules that need to be in play, laws that need to be in play, but we are so fucking overgoverned now. It is just beyond, it's beyond belief. Now, yeah, I'm anti-government. I make no bones about that. I couldn't care less. But I do not need people to tell me how to wipe my ass. And that's honestly where we are at with society right now. I cannot believe that people who are supposed to be mature, grown adults, I can't believe some of the crap that they take on board. And I think that's part of the problem. I think social media definitely is every man and his dog are trying to tell you what to do. And this is coming from a health and wellness perspective. Every so-called guru, and you can call me that if you want, but I'm not here to tell you what you need to eat, when you need to eat it, what order you need to eat it in, what weights to lift, what fucking exercise you should do. I'm not here to tell you any of that. That's not what I'm about. Yes, I'm about health and wellness, absolutely. But I don't make blanket statements to people and say, this is what you should do. I will offer some advice, sure. And if you take it, good. And if it helps you, good. And if it doesn't, then fucking throw it in the bin and start again. Now, I can make a plan that's going to suit you if I know what you're about and what your goals are, where you've been, what you've done. I can do all of that stuff. But I'm not going to make blanket statements that you shouldn't lift this way. Now, please understand, there are ways you should lift so that you don't hurt yourself, depending on what you've done previously, your age, your ability, all that sort of stuff. But it's not, you should do 6 reps of this, not 3. Or you should do 3 reps of this and not 6. And, instead of doing dumbbell lifts, do barbell lifts. How the fuck would I know? And if you're taking that sort of information and going, the person on the other end of the video, on the YouTube video, told me I should be doing this. Well, why the fuck are you listening to them? Now, if they're a reputable person and you've been following for a long time and you know what they're about and you associate yourself with what they're trying to tell you and it makes sense to you and it's got your goals in mind, and it lines up with what you've been doing or what you haven't done, then fine, that's good. But part of that equation is doing your own research. And I'm saying rules are for fools because I want to stop you from taking all this so-called advice from social media from every angle, whether it's supplements, whether it's food, whether it's sleep, whether it's breath work, whether it's cold plunge, whether it's fucking hot saunas, whether it's lifting weights, running, rowing, cycling. The list is just endless. And the problem is we're just getting smashed in our heads with all this information and taking snippets from here and there. And we're going, that sounds good. Oh, I need to change my diet. Oh, I need to do this and I need to do. Really? Have you actually sat down and worked out a plan of what you want that's specific to you, so you know you have a goal in mind of where you want to go, and then all this information, because that's all it is, it's just information, and it's people trying to get you to click on their videos, and it's no different with me. Like, honestly, I don't care if you click on my video or not, I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to wake people up, and Rules Are for Fools is, as I said, I've made it rules are for fools because I want you to wake up. You're not a fool. Now, you may have done some dumb shit just like the rest of us in life, and you may have made some bad decisions and changed those decisions, but that's life. I get all that. And if you're under 40, I'm not even talking to you because you're not in the same league as what people over 50 or 60 are. They have to train and eat and sleep and supplement differently. They must. They absolutely must. And there are certain things that I have done in my life which have absolutely been game changers. From a supplement point of view, from a food point of view, caloric intake, weights, now I enjoy weights and I enjoy rowing. That's my thing. But if you ask me to go running or swimming, I'll tell you no thanks. I'll pass and go and do my weights and my rowing because they're not my thing. And you're not going to keep doing anything if you don't enjoy it. And so I went to a gym and had a trainer. This is years ago now, when I wanted to lose some weight. And the trainer said, righto, we're gonna start this thing on a certain date, and on that date, we're gonna send you the menu of what you can eat. You know what he sent us? And this is, if you're watching this, I'm not gonna mention names, but if you are watching this, you'll know who you are. And you did the best job, and I'm not having a go at you. You did the best job with what you had at the time in doing this, because this so-called trainer, what he was trying to do was to reach our goal. And our goal was to lose weight. That's the only input we had. So what he sent back is you need to eat chicken and broccoli for 2 weeks. And you can't have any sauces. You can have powders. You can have like some sort of powder or whatever on it. You could have dry spices, but you couldn't have sauces, right? Because the calories too high. So we had chicken and broccoli. And yeah, guess what? He got us to lose weight and it worked. I didn't want to see chicken or broccoli after those 2 weeks for about 2 months. And so therefore I put back on the weight again. So be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. So you need to think clearly about what it is you're trying to do. If you're trying to increase bone density, increase muscle, increase blood flow through your veins and your arteries, get cognitively better, or at least maintain what you've got, then go and lift weights because it works. But if you don't like lifting weights, what I'm telling you is not going to work because you're not going to keep it up. You may, down the track, take it up because you realise what and so many other people, this is not my secret recipe. There are lots of people saying the same as me. You must, absolutely, if you want a healthy, long life, not just a long life, it's about being healthy. It's about adding life to days, not days to life. You don't want to get to 100 and from 80 to 100 you're in a fucking nursing home having your ass wiped and somebody spoon feeds you every day. That's not what you want. That's not what this is about. It's not about longevity for that reason. It's about so that when you are 80, you can still run around with your grandkids or your great grandkids, and you're still going to have games. Kids have got endless energy. And if that's your goal, to run around with your grandkids or your great-grandkids, you are going to need to lift weights. There is nothing that's going to get it better than that. Okay? Now, you might find some sort of secret herbs and spice that works for you better. And if you do, fantastic. Please let me know what it is. But for 99.9% of the population, the reason your life dwindles and goes downhill very rapidly, certainly from 60, is when you don't do anything, is when you have a sedentary lifestyle, when you eat shit food, alcohol, smoking, poor life choices. And I'm not having a go at anyone here. You do you, boo. I don't care. I honestly don't care. What I'm here to do is to get and talk to and get in front of the person that wants to change their life but doesn't know how to. Then what we'll do is we'll connect and we'll go, right, tell me more about yourself. Because I'm not going to sit here and go, you need to go to gym this many days a week. You need to walk this, and walking's good. Don't get me wrong, walking's great. Now, here's an example. My wife and I went to the stairs because yesterday was Monday, and as anyone who's been watching my videos will know, on Mondays, we go and do the stairs. It's 145 or 147 stairs in this staircase going up. Now, yesterday, we changed it up a little bit. We did 3 times up, 2 times down. So up, down, up, down, up. And then we did a loop around because there's a track going around. Now, what I noticed is that there were quite a number of people, probably in their 50s, 60s, and some of them may have even been in their 70s, and all they were doing was going up and down. Now, the thing that I noticed is that none of them were out of breath. So whatever pace they were doing it at wasn't benefiting them the way it could have. I was out of breath for half an hour. because I was going up, down, up, down, up, down, no stopping. And then there was a slight break coming around, and then I'd do push-ups in between. So I did 100 push-ups in the half an hour plus the stair walk. Now, that's not a badge of honor. It's not to do with that. What I'm saying is I was out of breath, right, for most of that half an hour because I pushed myself really hard. But when I see people going up and down stairs, and they're not out of breath, it means they're conditioned to do that. They might have been doing it. We've only been doing it for a few months, my wife and I, right? They might have been doing it for years, and they might have been doing it, I don't know, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, whatever it is. But for whatever reason, they can go up and down the stairs, and they probably weigh half of what I weigh, which is fine, like no drama. But the whole purpose of exercise and building muscle and getting better and building your VO2 max is pushing yourself. It's not about go for a walk. Like, you can go with your husband or wife for a walk along the beach and you'll barely raise a fucking sweat. Because it's a lovey-dovey, it's what I call a lovey-dovey walk. My wife loves it, not really my thing. I'll do it for her, obviously. But if I go to do exercise, I want to come out of it knackered. I'm sweating and I'm out of breath. And my muscles are sore. That's how you build muscle. Now, I've done nothing today because yesterday my calves are feeling it today. And that's a good thing. If you come out, oh, I'm really sore, good. That's how you work out. That's how you do exercise. You're meant to hurt. Right? You're meant to tear your muscles and then use a certain amount of time. Everybody's going to be different. But if you're just starting, you're going to need 2 or 3 days off doing exercise. And the problem with that, it's a double-edged sword. The problem is your brain goes, fuck that, we're not doing this again. I'm too sore and I can't walk for 3 days. That's actually a good thing. So you need to, as I've said before in other videos, tell your brain to shut the fuck up because it doesn't run your life, you run its life, right? I don't listen to my brain. I listen to my muscles, yeah, because if I'm too sore, I don't want to go and do, because of my age, and I'm reasonably strong, but because of my age, I don't want to go and damage myself to the point where I can't do a workout for months because that's going to get rid of a year's worth of work. Right? If you can't work out for an extended period of time or walk or run or whatever your thing is, right? It could be playing badminton for all I know. It doesn't matter. You don't want to overdo it to the point where you can't, you tear a ligament or do something stupid. And this is probably, I'm obviously talking to the male crowd here, but this is where ego comes into it. You've got to be smart about this stuff. And I know even yesterday with me, and I don't bring ego into it, but I could feel it creeping in yesterday because I was comparing myself to other people there doing these up-down things. And I'm going, but have a look at them. They're not even out of breath. They're just conditioned to doing whatever they do. And they look good because they're doing, 20 or 30 laps or whatever it is at the stairs. But they could have been doing that for 5 years. But they're so conditioned to it now, they need to up their game. They need to do something different. They need to carry some weights or go and do a steeper hill climb or run the stairs or whatever it is. There's multiple options here. But the thing about rules are for fools is because too many people are listening to too many people and too much of the stuff they're listening to is rubbish. I don't know, and I don't want to get into politics here, but I can assure you, I do not need the government of this country telling me what to do. I'm a fucking 58-year-old bloke with a decent brain in his head that knows how to make a decision. But there are a lot of people who aren't, they're not capable of making a decision. And so unless you change that, see, if you're not able to make a decision, what happens is your mind makes a decision for you by default. That's just what happens. And so it goes, right, you're not able to make a decision. I'm going to make it for you, and it's going to be the safest possible decision that I can make for you so that you have zero risk in hurting yourself. So, do you know what we're going to do today? We're going to go and sit on the couch and get a nice hot cup of tea or a hot cup of coffee, and we're going to do fucking nothing, because that way you won't hurt yourself. And that is the fastest way you're going to age. And you're going to get to a point where your bone density, your muscle mass disappears, so you've got sarcopenia, you're going to lose your balance, your arteries will all thin, your skin will thin out, so when you fall over, you could potentially bleed to death. There are heart problems, dementia, like the list is just endless if you don't build your muscle. Now again, I'm not telling you to do weights. It's just my thing. But at some point, somewhere along the line, whether it's today, depending on where you are, like physically, I mean, at some point along the line, you're going to have to say, my muscles aren't growing fast enough. Because once you're 60 and above, even 50 and above, it becomes harder and harder and harder to build muscle. And there's all the other things like protein and creatine, which I take as a supplement, not every day, but I do take it. But they're all to help build muscle and help keep this thing clear. Because as you age, the more help you're going to need. Now, I don't take any, and I mean none. I don't take any pharmaceutical drugs whatsoever. Everything I do is either natural or organic supplementation. Because I don't even go to Chemist Warehouse, which is in Australia. So if you're watching this somewhere else, you might not have Chemist Warehouse, but you'll have something like it. In America, it's called a drugstore. I don't go to those places. You don't need anything from inside those places. What you need is natural products, as natural and as organic as you can possibly get it. And people go, oh, how do you afford that? It's not expensive. Yeah, it's expensive. I've got a tub of protein over here, which is $320. Now that will last me 6 months. So you do the maths, if you've got a brain to do that, of how much that costs per serving. And then, am I worth it? Yes, I'm fucking worth it. So are you. You just look at $320 and go, oh, I can't afford that. You can't afford not to be taking protein. That is 100% grass-fed whey with no fillers. There's no fillers in it at all. You can't say that for most of the whey protein powders on the market at all. So, don't buy into, including from me, don't buy into all the so-called gurus. Do your research. There are some names that I could throw out here, which I'm not going to right now. I want you to fucking think for yourself. I'm not going to spoon feed you. I'm not going to do the workouts for you. I'm not going to hold your hand or wipe your ass. But if you want some help, if you want some direction on what you should be doing as a starting point, and trust me, here's the thing about healthy lifestyle. It's fucking boring. Whenever I go to the gym, I do the same weights, same exercises, same routines, same amount every time. Now, yes, I up the weights as I can. So for argument's sake, if I'm doing a deadlift and I can do 12 to 15 deadlifts at 80 kilos, it's too light. So I go to 90 kilos. And if I can get 3 sets of 10 at that, it's too light. So I go to 100 kilos. I get to 100 kilos and I can do 3 sets of 6. That's the one I go to, 100 kilos. Now, I don't walk into the gym and start picking up 100 kilos. I've got to work up to that and do some warm up to that because you're going to fucking hurt yourself. So with any exercise regime whatsoever, you should absolutely, at my age and higher, or let's just say 50 and above, you should be doing some sort of warm-up routine every time you do some sort of exercise or workout. Because you need to warm your muscles, you need to stretch, you need to warm your muscles up, get the blood flowing, get all that happening. So if I'm going to do deadlifts, I'll go and start on 60 kilos, go to 70 kilos, 80 kilos, 90 kilos, until I get to the point that I can do 3 sets of 6 to 8. That's all. Now, if I really wanted to push myself, I'd go to 110 kilos, because then I can probably only do 3 sets of maybe 4. And that's even better. Now, if you want to flip that coin over, you can do it the other way, where you go and do 30 or 40 reps of, let's say, 60 kilos. It's just going to take longer. And everyone's stretched for time. I don't care who you are. Everybody's, oh, I've got time to do that. Right, we'll do it the proper way and do the heaviest you possibly can. And one of the things I teach some of my clients is farmer's carry. Go and do farmer's carries. I don't care if you've got dumbbells or whatever it is at home. Go and fill a fucking shopping bag full of soup, cans of soup. That'll be enough for someone just starting out to build up overall muscle. You need to do some sort of cardio. And if you've got no machines or you've got no slam balls, I use slam balls for cardio as well, then go and do cardio, go and do a walk, do hill climbs. One of the best things, go to an oval, right? You've got goalposts at either end, whether it's AFL, NRL, fucking soccer, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And do sprints. between the goalposts. So it might take you 30 seconds from one end to the other on a football oval. Sprint that and walk back. Then sprint it and walk back and sprint it. Do that between 3 to 6 times. That is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous cardio. Brilliant. Really good and easy to do. Anyone can do it. And it doesn't matter how fast you're going. It's irrelevant. It's whatever your sprint speed is, that's what you do. And I'm terrible at running and I hate it, but that is a really good cardio if you've got no other means to do cardio. I've got a rowing machine, which has taken me years and years and years to get, because I don't go out and buy $20,000 worth of fucking stuff. No, that's not what I'm about. I've built my gym, which is, in the scheme of things, pretty basic, but it's something that I enjoy doing. It's taken me a long time to work out that I enjoy rowing. Right? It's not about making these decisions that are hard and fast and this is what I'm going to do, because I guarantee you'll change it. I guarantee it. You'll do something and you'll go, I actually don't enjoy this. And if you don't enjoy it, it's not going to work. So pick another subject, whether it's running, swimming, walking, hill climbs, riding a bike, whatever it is. Don't think of getting an e-bike, because that's not going to do you any good at all, right? They're great to go out and see the countryside or see your local area, but they're no good for exercise at all. E-bikes are for lazy people. And the problem is, the more I see of these things out there, there's all teenagers riding them. These $3,000 e-bikes and scooters, and I just go, you're all lazy. I had to fucking walk to school, miles. And I just go, these kids are missing all that exercise because mum and dad are too busy and go and buy them $3,000 scooters or bikes or whatever, because I've got to go to work, I don't have time to take to school. You right to go? Good, yep, see you later, bye-bye. Now, that's not having to go at parents, but I'm saying work out what you need. And again, I'm talking to the 50 plus crowd. And if you need some help with that, that's what we're here for. That's all we're here for. We're here to help you, give you some direction, give you a starting point, and then work it out. It's not a linear line that goes up like this. It's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And you're going to have up days and you're going to have down days, and you just ignore all of that and go and do what you said you were going to fucking do, and don't be a flake. So, rules are for fools. You think about what you need, disregard what everybody else says, don't listen to the fucking noise, don't take on everything that everybody says, and don't try and change everything at once. If you've never done anything and you've got a shit diet and then you try and change everything at once, it won't work. Change one thing. Start with exercise. Right? That's one of the hardest. It's actually harder to do food than it is to do that, but we'll get to food on another day and another time, because it's not kind of relevant for today. However, pick one thing and commit to it. We're almost at the middle of December. You've got like 3 weeks left. And a week ago, I said, if you don't start today, you're not going to start in January. So that still applies. If you don't start today, you're not going to start in January. Oh, New Year's resolution. Bullshit. It's a wank. Don't even fucking start me on New Year's Eve shit, right? Now, there are rituals for New Year's Eve which people have, which are great. I think they're great. And again, I'm getting off topic again. But make sure that you start doing something. I don't care what it is. Something small is better than nothing at all. Something small, that's not a bad saying. Something small is better than nothing at all. Start this month. Start now. Start today. Start tomorrow. Don't start tomorrow. Start today. Right? I don't care what you've got planned for the rest of today. Get down and do 10 squats. Do a wall sit. 3 sets, 15 seconds. It's tiny, it's small in the scheme of things, but everybody's got 1 minute, 1 fucking minute to do something today. Do squats for 1 minute. Do, hip thrusts for 1 minute. Find something that you want to do somewhere that's not sitting on the couch and that's not eating shit food. Change something about the rest of your day today and make a commitment to do that for the rest of this week, for the next 7 days. Even if it's 1 fucking minute of exercise. That is 1 minute more, which means you've done 7 minutes more exercise at the end of this week than you did at the end of last week. That's a starting point. It doesn't matter what it is. Stop judging yourself on what other people do, including me. I'm not fucking perfect. I'm way from it. And I'm not here to get you to do what I do. Because you, despite being human, are nothing like me. I know what I need, right? I need to lose a bit of weight, which, let's be honest, most people do. But I'm trying to really dial in my calories at the moment, which, like I said, food's a huge subject, which I'm not going to get into today. Huge subject. Just remember, rules are for fools, which hopefully that one little saying will help you to stop listening to all the noise, really dial it down and go, right, I'm going to listen to them. I'm going to watch what they do. I'm going to do some research on them if they align with me. Now, if you're watching a 20-year-old, please stop because they don't align with anybody over 50. Find someone in your age bracket that's doing something that your goal is to get where they are. Then start listening to them. And then take on one thing from them, connect with them, talk to them, send them a message, ask them a question, whether it's me or anybody else, I don't care. What I care about is that your health and your wellness is on track moving into next year and beyond. Because if without your health, you've got nothing. You honestly have got nothing. And if you think I'm full of shit, go to a nursing home and have a fucking look. I do this because most of my family are either in a nursing home or headed down that pathway. And they're overweight, they're unhealthy, they're sedentary lifestyles, they've got dementia, they've got sarcopenia, they've got diabetes, they've got blood pressure issues, some of them have got heart issues. And I just go, why aren't these people waking up and realising that their life is way off track to where it should be? I heard the other day this woman fell down and she's 70. She fell over and couldn't get off the ground. I'm going, at 70, if you can't get off the ground at 70, oh my God, I would not want to be in your shoes. So please, for the love of God, please understand that rules are for fools. Do not follow what everybody else says. It doesn't apply to you. It's them trying to make themselves feel better. That's all it is. It's them trying to make themselves feel better. And as always, nothing changes until you do. Unless you make a change, don't be surprised at it if at this time next year your life's worse and not better. You'll think back on this video and you'll go, he's right. Nothing changes until I do, and I haven't changed. And some people live their life by design, and some people listen to their brain, listen to their mind. And all they do is they're like a hamster on a wheel. They don't get off. It's the same fucking wheel every day of the week, and they go the same speed, which most of the time is slow. And their life is just, it's just mind-numbingly boring. Nothing changes until you do. I can't say it any more clearer. I can't yell it any louder. I don't want to yell at anyone. It's not what I'm here about. Okay, so please understand that if you need some sort of guide, some sort of direction, a starting point, send us a question, contact us on any way possible. I don't even care. And hopefully by January 1, you will have started the process, because you don't have anything else except today. Today's all you've got. Tomorrow's not promised. But to get to tomorrow, you must start today. You must start to plan and put that plan into place today. So, see you in the next video. Ciao.